1991. And again, I want to recall that India was the first country the president of independent Kazakhstan visited as a foreign country back in February 1992. So shall we start, Aziza?
There's just one more person coming, so
yeah, but I mean that we are online. Yeah? So it's my great pleasure indeed. Thank you again for joining us. It's as I said, it's our first this kind of event this year, and it's 5th of January. I hope that everyone had great, good, and very calm and safe celebrations of New Year. So today we gathered here for a briefing on the upcoming parliamentary elections in Kazakhstan, which are set to take place on 10th January 2021. Since 1991, Kazakhstan has consistently supported efforts to foster democratic, free and representative society. Free and fair elections are a fundamental principle for the organization of Kazakhstan's government as codified in the country's constitution. So our government is committed to holding these coming elections according to the highest international standards. And to ensure this, our government has implemented numerous political reforms and proposed a number of initiatives, which includes the following. So the threshold for registering political parties has been lowered from 40,000 party members to 20,000, which makes very much easier to establish new political parties, which we saw last few months. We had several parties, new parties in Kazakhstan. So Kazakhstan adopted amendments to the law on the procedure for organizing and conducting peaceful assemblies. So it aimed at simplifying the relevant procedures. So President Tokayev also was telling about the concept of listening state, and he announced about this in 2019, and it's beyond merely considering the views of the population. It also seeks public opinion in the policy making process. President Tokayev also established the National Council of Public Trust under the president. So far, we had several meetings of this National Council. The main purpose is open dialogue with representatives of the public in order to develop specific proposals for reforming legislation and the public administration system, because we are a new country. Kazakhstan is a young country, independent country since 1991, as I mentioned. So we are still in the process of the gaining experience, democratic experience, but still we are very much committed to follow the international standards. And India as the biggest democracy in the world can be the bright example. And we also share with the government of India and all our strategic partners the situation and the experience we are gaining from these kind of processes. So also Kazakhstan introduced the Institute of Parliamentary Opposition last year, providing the consolidation of additional guarantees for representation of parliamentary minority parties in the governing structures. We also implemented the new guidelines to ensure inclusion of women and youth under the age of 29 in the lists of candidates from political parties of parliament, in order to strengthen the role of women and the youth in democratic decision making. And since announcement of the political these reforms, all parties in Kazakhstan had enough time to prepare for the upcoming election campaign and develop their election platform. The election campaign kicked off on 10th December, and it will last till 8th of January. The nomination of the party lists of countries for members to the Majilis. This time we are having elections to the lower chamber, Majilis, we call it. So the nomination to all the party lists concluded on 30th November. So far, we have 5 parties participating in these elections, namely Adal, Akjol, Aul, Nurotan, and the People's Party of Kazakhstan. So you can find all the information and the details in the handouts. As in previous years, the upcoming elections will again, I can say, will illustrate the multi-party nature of Kazakhstan's political system, with several parties competing in the election. One of the examples of the further democratization of the political process was the successful holding in 2020, the first time in our political history, the primaries by Nur Otan, the leading party of Kazakhstan. So it was like open and transparent inter-party voting in order to elect new leaders. To certain governing structures and to participate in these upcoming elections. We also can assure that the government will make every effort to ensure the elections are fair, and any suspected any kind of violations will be thoroughly investigated, of course, and the appropriate actions will be taken. In every election since gaining the independence, Kazakhstan welcomed the widest possible array of international observers. This year also we had a big number of them. We send invitations to all respective organizations and countries, such as the OEC, Office for Democratic Institutions and Human Rights, and individual foreign governments are also welcome and to send their observers. And up to date, we have registered 398 international observers. 322 are from 10 international organizations, including 48 from the CIS Interparliamentary Assembly, 179 from the CIS Executive Committee, 4 from the OIC, 42 from the OIC Office for Democratic Institutions and Human Rights, 9 from the OIC Office for Parliamentary Assemblies, PASE, 15 from the SCO, 7 from the Cooperation Council of Turkic-speaking states, and the Parliamentary Assembly of the Collective Security Treaty Organization, 9 from the Assembly of Turkic-speaking countries, and 2 from the EU delegation to Kazakhstan. In addition, 76 observers will come from 31 foreign countries. So the observer registration process, it finished yesterday. Unfortunately, we couldn't send anyone from India due to the pandemic and the absence of direct flights this year. 227 journalists so far from 40 countries have been accredited by the MFA to cover these parliamentary elections. It's a record high number of journalists ever accredited for elections in Kazakhstan. So of course, because of this pandemic, COVID-19, the safety of citizens and the voters is a priority. And for this reason, the whole elections process will take place in line with measures that have been put in place to ensure public safety, such as mask wearing and social distancing and etc. So, also, suitable precautions such as requiring protective personal equipment, disinfecting polling places will be continued to ensure that the safety of voters are upheld. So, thanks to these measures, the government of Kazakhstan can assure that elections can take place safely. And I can say that these elections are important not only for Kazakhstan, but to our extended neighbors and strategic partners all over the world, and India in particular, because political stability is a guarantor of its commitment and to its liabilities. It's important to mention that even despite the pandemic, the trade over between our countries reached even higher numbers last year. So it touched 2.3 billion US dollars for 11 months. So it's the highest number for the between our bilateral relations. So, and our government sees India forging in a new global direction, and is confident that the next decade will issue in a new wave of expanded Kazakhstan-India cooperation. As I said, these elections are yet another step in Kazakhstan's democratization process, and therefore we have every intention to make sure it is the fairest and the transparent on the basis of inclusiveness and equality. And in this, I'd like to thank you for joining us today. And if you have any questions, please you can ask and you can put them. And please enjoy our hospitality.
Kazakhstan is among the very few countries that is voting elections during the pandemic.
Yes.
Apart from the US elections, which were scheduled. So how difficult or how challenging it was to arrange this elections, and why did you decide to go ahead with it despite that? Was there a decision to postpone it, or
no? It's yeah. Thank you for your question. This is regarding with reference to our constitution. It's timely elections taking place. So, and yeah, pandemic. Of course, we, as I mentioned, we are taking all the precautions, and all measures will be are being taken place. So I'm sure that particularly in India, we have like 50 citizens. We expect 50 citizens, despite the pandemic, they will come to vote to our embassy in New Delhi. We have this polling station 256, our embassy. It will be open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. On 10th of January. And we, of course, we contacted all our citizens, and again, as you mentioned, because of this pandemic, not all of them will be able to come. It's up to them, but it's again their constitutional right, and I hope that they will come and to give their vote and to see, at least to have some because they for the last 9 months they didn't visit our embassy, or the citizens who are still in India. During the pandemic, during the lockdown, we have evacuated more than 1,000 our citizens to Kazakhstan from India, and of course we have still some, mostly they are the embassy members and the family members, of course. MC staff and their family members, and in Kazakhstan, these, as you can see, the life is continuously going on, so we cannot stop that because of the pandemic, and it was line with our political reforms announced, as I said, in 2019, and before that, even before, was by our first president Nazarbayev, and then continued by our president Kassym-Jomart Tokayev now. And yesterday we also had the article by our president on Kazakhstan's history and its reforms, political reforms, and the Kazakhstan's sovereign the status, which should be respected and taken into consideration while because we celebrating 30th anniversary of our independence this year, and all the measures, and we cannot hold all these measures just because of such it's, of course, it's a big challenge to everyone, to every country in the world, but still with common efforts we can think that overcome, and India is showing a great is a great championing in this, I think.
And what are the kind of COVID numbers that Kazakhstan is seeing at the moment?
By today, it's we have 158,000 infected, total number infected, yes. At the moment, yes, by today, and we have unfortunately more than 2,000 deceased so far. Of course, daily numbers are like 700. Yes, and
so all these people who are at the moment positive with coronavirus in the country, and they could have obviously been in hospitals or in quarantines at home.
Yeah, some, yes.
How is the voting going to happen to those people?
They, as I mentioned, the medical personnel will be taking care of them, and they will be wearing the especially personal these protective this kind of kits, and I think they will work.
Excellency, you told there is no observer from India. So to whom will you approach earlier or this kind of observer from India?
From India, we of course from SCO, Shanghai Cooperation Organizations, there will be one or two from India within this. So I think that because of that, the Indian we of course invited the election commission of India, and they said that because of this pandemic, it will not be possible to send it. But of course, within this CO framework, there will be some. Past election, every election where we had some up to 3 to 5 observers from Indian election commission.
Good morning,
Yes.
Excellency. Good morning, Excellency. This is Nasir Ali Khan from Hyderabad.
Good morning. How are you?
Excellent. Good, doing good, Excellency. I have a small need a clarification. Our citizens in Hyderabad who are students in Hyderabad, will they be voting in Hyderabad?
You mean Kazakh citizens?
Yes,
yeah, they're welcome to because of this pandemic. Yeah, we could not arrange the mobile the group to Hyderabad, to the cities. But as I mentioned, we have a very less citizen population. I mean that they all already left, and maybe in Hyderabad we have two or three of them. Yeah, we invited them to Delhi. Yeah, and I hope that they will be able to make it.
But if you need any assistance, any help, any provision in a hotel or a resort or a hospital, I mean our office, we will be able to organize for them. If you need any help for voting, or if they want to do some franchise, I'm always there for you. I can make the arrangement to pick them up, drop them, and also make the arrangement for the voting if required, Excellency.
Thank you. Yeah, we'll be counting on your support and help.
Yeah, thank you, Excellency.
Excellency.
Yes.
I would like to, first of all, congratulate you on the new year and for holding elections in these difficult times. As you mentioned, this is also the 30th year of your independence, so the elections assume special importance. As you very rightly said, these elections are held after a number of reforms. For example, recognizing the parliamentary opposition, who will have a special role in parliamentary committees in introduction of new laws. Similarly, new quotas for women and youth in the party list is yet again reform in the democratization of Kazakhstan. Then introduction of party list system in maslihats, that is yet another reform. My question is regarding the new parliamentary institute of parliamentarism. I understand it has been created with a view to improve legislation in Kazakhstan, to train parliamentarians in Kazakhstan. I would like to know whether it has already started functioning, and who are the members of this Institute of Parliamentarism. This is one question. The second is concerning the primaries. Again, introduction of primaries is very important. We know primaries in US elections, but in US the primaries are basically aimed at selecting the candidates of various parties. So what is the exact role and objective of primaries in your electoral system? So Institute of Parliamentarism, its role, and then primaries, its significance and role.
Thank you, Professor Pandey. This Institute of Parliamentary Opposition, which were announced, was announced by our president, and in the previous statements by our first president. It provides kind of additional guarantees for the consolidation of the representation of parliamentary minority parties. For example, when they can by themselves decide to be part of that institution or not. But again, it's aimed at consolidating all the opposition and the minority parties. For example, it will happen for the first time this time, when, if for example, if one of the parties will win the majority, the rest will be in a position to have for example, this, as I mentioned, this time we have 5 parties. So of course the 3 or 4 of them will be like minority parties. If 1 or 2 will be in alliance, or one of them will be in majority. So they will be having this alliance, or the group of minority parties, and the idea is to have the processes, democratization processes, balanced within the parliament. So this is a unique opportunity, actually, and a unique time that we will have it in action for the first time in our history, in political history. And coming to the next question is, what was that?
I understand you talked about the role of opposition parties and minority parties.
Yes.
What I'm asking is about this Institute of Parliamentarism, which there was a decree. I read a news on 24th of December. There was a decree about creation of an Institute of Parliamentarism. I believe President Tokayev, in his address on 2nd September, his address to the nation, also talked about creating an institute to improve the legislation, the lawmaking in Kazakhstan. So I was curious about that institute, how, if it has already started, although the announcement was made only 10 days back, so I don't know. I'm sure it might not have started working, but how it will be constituted and what role it will be playing. The Institute of Parliamentarism, according to decree of, I suppose it was 24th December.
Yes, it was, as I already mentioned, it's not the structure. I mean, it's not the like institute.
Yes.
It will be like, as I mentioned, the Institute of Parliamentary Opposition, Institute of the Consolidated Minority Parties. Yes. So we will see it. We will face it after the elections.
The other question that I asked was about role of primaries.
Primaries, they were held within the leading biggest party in Kazakhstan, Nur Otan party.
Yes.
So it was for the first time, and to maybe it's not, of course, the same as in the US, and mainly it was aimed to have new leaders within the party to the governing body structures, and to define, to have new fresh blood to bring them, and because this time we are having on 10th of January elections to the lower chamber of parliament, and again, and at the same time to the Maslihat, to the local assemblies. So mostly these primaries are set to aimed at the making, some developments, new developments to the structures in the assemblies mostly. But of course, again, being the biggest, largest, and a leading party in the country, Nur Otan, they set the kind of aim to have new members to participate in these upcoming elections as well.
No, I fully understand, Excellency, because these primaries will play a very important role in political education and in political recruitment of new leadership for political parties, Nur Otan. One thing I was really impressed with was the holding of live TV debates this time. And this was live, not recorded TV debates. And I read about these TV debates. I could find that many of the participants in these debates very freely expressed their opinion about what needs to be done, especially regarding the Kazakhstan's economy. How the economy, I remember one participant was emphasizing that the economy should not aim at improving the business climate only, but also aim at helping the common people better participate. So it should be people oriented rather than business oriented. So
Yes.
I'm really impressed with these TV debates, which are now live.
Thank you, Professor Padi. Yes. Yeah, it's very, you noticed very, timely and, very rightly that it was for the first time, yes. And the young people were given this opportunity to speak up and to tell about these problems in mostly in the provinces, in the states. So they brought all the issues to the party, and of course, yeah, as you rightly mentioned, to recruit the new leaders with new vision to the party's leadership. So thank you very much. And this time, I think if you have any more questions, please. And Kazakhstan, coming to Kazakhstan India relations, I think the closest one we will have the business forum or the working visit of our deputy foreign minister to Delhi and Mumbai. So I want to announce now that we are preparing for the Intergovernmental Commission's the 14th meeting, hopefully February. Of course, why is they didn't happen, but because our part Kazakhstan, the co-chair wanted to have it's physically, because it's to see it's different when you come and see and discuss it in a room, not via the online conferences. So of course, it's good, and it doesn't need any kind of preparation. It takes it doesn't take you so that time to go to the airports and waiting and etc. But again, there is eye-to-eye contacts and these people-to-people, and because these kind of big delegations consisting of 15 to 50 people, it's much better to have at the one table. So since we didn't have highest level visits since 2009, so it's been 12 years so far, and we didn't have these Intergovernmental Commission's meetings since 2017. So I think that it's going to be 3 years now. So they are very much keen to come physically and to see their partners at the one table. So with this situation, vaccination situation, we hope that by February we will be able to announce that we will have them in Delhi. Our Minister of Trade and the Minister of Petroleum and the Gas of India will come and will sit together and as a preparation to the visit of our president. And of course, we will be having many events because of this celebrating the 30th anniversary, and this coming year 2022 will be 30th anniversary since establishment of diplomatic relations between Kazakhstan and India. So, and we are now very close to finish the work on installation of finally the statue of our great Kazakh poet Abay in Delhi.
Excellency, can I have another clarification?
Sure, sure.
Any dates fixed for the visit of Honorable President of Kazakhstan to India, Excellency?
Yes, as I told before, most probably we will have it the second half of this year. But of course, once the situation stabilizes, so we can have it the first. It will be the first priority for our bilateral relations and as ambassador to
India. One more request: can His Excellency the President visit Hyderabad during his thing?
Sure, we will put some options, and we will send him, of course, our draft program, and accordingly to the protocol and the security measures, of course, it will happen. So Hyderabad, Mumbai, or Kolkata, of course, we will propose them all these cities.
Hyderabad is the vaccine capital of the India now, and also the IT capital. And you had the opportunity of visiting two of the facilities in Hyderabad. I hope there's a further development so we can export some vaccines to Kazakhstan from Hyderabad. Looking forward to assisting the Indian government and government of Kazakhstan for exports.
Thank you very much.
Your Excellency.
Yes.
Good morning and Happy New Year to all and all the honorable participants. In line with Mr. Nasir's invitation, I would also like to invite the President and all the delegation in Gujarat. Gujarat being the birthplace of Gandhi and current Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi. So it is a humble request, and I will put it officially to the embassy that at least a day or half day must be spared to visit Gujarat. This is my personal request.
Thank you. Thank you.
And one more thing, sir. I am really very pleased to hear about the democratic process which has started in Kazakhstan, and 10th of January, people will select the people's representative. I wish them all the best, and they will definitely have the best social justice, harmony, and peace in their life. Democracy is a must for everyone.
Thank you.
It is a very great step by the Kazakhstan government right now. Thank you, sir, and wish you all very safe and healthy New Year ahead.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chandan. Our honorary consul in Gujarat.
May I? Yes, I'm Sanjay Deshpande, representing Mumbai University. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, Mr. Ambassador, for inviting us to this briefing, online meeting on Zoom. Further, I am thankful to you for briefing us the development of election to the lower chamber of Parliament, Majilis, to be held on 10th Sunday, 10th January. I wanted to ask some questions, but these questions were raised by my dear friend, Professor Pandey. So this is, everything is clear. As an academician, I wanted to ask about the democratic institutions, the democratic process in the country. And I know I had been to your country several times. Last time in 2018, I was talking to Mahendraji just before this program. So in that, I have one proposal, sir. I have sent a mail to you also. That's after the elections, we will in Mumbai University, we would like to analyze the elections, the parliamentary elections in Kazakhstan. And in that case, if you could give us some primary data after the election. So we myself with my students, scholars, we would like to sit and analyze the situation, and this will be submitted to you, and of course, and through you to the government of Kazakhstan.
Okay, Dr. Shpani, thank you very much. Yes, sure.
Yes.
So 11th, 12th, yeah, we will get back to you.
Thank you so much.
Of course, we were also planning something similar, so we will see if we can collaborate. Professor Deshpande.
Yes, sure.
We will see if we can jointly have it. We will see.
Yes, sure.
Sure, thank you very much.
We will do it.
Thank you. So join us to the tea.
Yeah, good morning, Excellency. This is Jaikumar Venkateshan from Chennai. So, first of all, I appreciate you taking the great initiative as the upcoming New Year. Happy New Year. And we'd like to extend the space cooperation activities, especially it doesn't happen in 2017. I mean, like Kazakhstan and India, like I'm from the space background. I mean, we have been like chatting in Facebook, I mean, some of the time. Okay. It's like we'd like to expand the space activities and science and technology initiatives. And Bangalore is the Silicon Valley of India. So we have many things to do with Kazakhstan, and we have signed up with some of the cooperation with universities in Almaty. And also the first cosmonaut who fly to the space, his name is Adian Ambito. So he was also a very good friend of mine, so that we can culturally exchange the space cooperation activities, like in Baikonur. So thank you very much.
So you're based in Chennai?
Yeah, I'm based in Chennai.
Yeah, please share your contacts and we will do something, because we have good relations with this center for space, CSTP. So we can do, of course, our first president visited India. He also went to Bangalore several times.
Yeah. In 2017, also delegation happened from Azar Cosmos.
And yes, Deputy the Prime Minister also visited. Our Minister of Aerospace also, he visited in 2019. Yes, you are very right. So we have a lot of common projects. So we work for training, and we can expand it, of course. We can share some experience, and given this India's last achievements, great achievements, we can work very closely on space projects as well.
Yes, because it's Kazakhstan is like the most favorable nation. I mean, in terms of in the space activities, like Baikonur is the heart cake of, like the world's the first cosmodrome. So this will be because we initiate the space activities, and we have the spacecraft simulators, like Soyuz spacecraft simulators in Baikonur, like already. I mean, it's from the Russian. I mean, like we are like Soviet Russian Union partners, so we're still continuing. So
Yes.
I'd like to propose the space and science, science and technology initiatives in India, like especially the Russian Academy of Sciences in India. Already they are doing a lot of activities, like allocating some grants, something like that. So we can also propose some little grants, some kind of some money, like for example, $5,000 or $10,000. I mean, for doing some kind of intercultural activities, like for doing some joint research studies and joint cooperation, or maybe some projects, maybe the exchange from the universities, like so that we can facilitate. I mean, Kazakhstan is not only meant for the medical. Actually, I'm proposing to the engineering and technology. And recently, we signed up with the Almaty Management Institute. I mean, last visit in Moscow, we have signed up with some cooperation, like we are exchanging the artificial intelligence and machine learning. So those ideas, I mean, those platforms we are giving to them, like a training, like a bilateral support. Actually, this is the future activities that are happening around. We hope for the elections. We hope for the elections, and we look forward. Everything is good, and this new year, 2021. And thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sure.
One final request. We would like to execute some high priority community development projects in Kazakhstan in association with Ministry of Action, Government of India, especially in education and medical, software for school children, giving some laptops. I would like to send a request to you. So we'd like to support some projects in Kazakhstan, in especially schooling and medical and education excellency. Or we will also be happy to build primary schools and clinics in Kazakhstan, Excellency.
Yes, of course. As I told before, our president's visit is going to take place this year. So this kind of proposal should be put in one place, and we can work it out. Of course, they'll be all the welcome, and they all should be in our list. So I'll try my best, and I count on your also support, and we will do the best to bring this.
We would like to sign the MOU during President's visit. We would like to sign the MOU if possible during the President's visit to India. Yes, excellent.
Sure, we'll do that.
And thank you so much for all your support, and we are really grateful to you that you're building the India-Kazakhstan relationship in a very big way. And the press has been covering all your interviews and a lot of awareness about Kazakhstan in India. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
The whole press is covering all your interviews in our states. Yes, excellent.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you very much. Please, yes, enjoy. So thank you very much for joining us today. Yes, we'll share with you the results, and of course we'll come back to you after the elections. And of course, I'm at your disposal anytime. If you have any questions, inquiries,
Thank you, Excellency. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Best wishes for the parliamentary elections.
Thank you, Professor Pandey. I'll come to you one day. Yes.
Yes,
so I look forward.
Dr. Deshpande, yes. Unfortunately, I couldn't visit here last time, so I was hoping with the help of support of our Honorary Consul, Mr. Sangi. But again, this situation happened. But we will do something. Yes, this February we will coming to Mumbai. I don't have now, but we will we will plan it accordingly. So I think that we'll be able to have some time on 10th of February, maybe.
Excellency, I think you are right. We must not now stop. We'll have to live with this pandemic.
Yes.
Take personal care, which we will do. So we look forward to your visit in February month. It'll be lovely to catch up and also to involve Mr. Deshpande.
Yes, it will be my pleasure. Yes, again to come to your city,
Yes,
and yeah,
yes.
I'll send a letter to you.
Oh, thank you so much, and surely we would like to welcome you to my university also.
Yes.
Yes, sure.
Okay, thank you.
Goodbye,
Yeah,
everyone.
that's a great. Thank you very much. And we also welcome you to Excellency to Chennai and also the Bangalore. It's
Yes.
like the Silicon Valley, and we can establish more space cooperations activities and also in education and also Silicon Valley projects. So I will keep in touch and wish you a happy new year again and good health and safe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Excellency.
Thank you.